place them in a circle, and I'm gonna go all the way around.
You're watching Chef
We
Club.
want it to actually fall, so we're gonna place our scotch right on the corners. It looks like nothing's gonna fall, so it looks like we're good. All right, so now we actually need to temper our chocolate. We're gonna add a little bit of water to a sauce pot, about halfway up. Then we're gonna put our heat on medium, and then I'm gonna add my bowl of chocolate, and we're gonna let this melt. All right, so now we're gonna take the chocolate off. And I wanna measure the temperature because we're looking for room temperature, so about 72 to 74. And if it is a little bit hot, just like this is, you're gonna need to let it cool down for about 5 minutes before we pour it into the mold. Room temperature. You wanna pour a little bit of a heavy layer. It's gonna move the chocolate all the way around the mold. And we need to make sure we get all the way to the top. And now I'm gonna put it into the freezer for 20 minutes. We have our cornflakes. I'm gonna spread them out on our baking sheet. I'm actually gonna toast those in the oven because it's gonna add a little bit more flavor to our tart. About 8 minutes at 350 degrees. So just taking the tart out, I'm gonna add a little bit more chocolate. We're gonna pour it only on the sides, just like I did on the original one. I'm just gonna spread some of the chocolate out, make another layer. I'm gonna put this back into the freezer for another 5 minutes. So we need to mix it while it's hot. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab the piece of paper. I'm just gonna put it right into the bowl. Half of the milk chocolate that's left over, then mix everything. Make everything incorporated. And so now we're gonna pour it into our tart. Now we're just gonna spread it out. You want one even layer. Now it's time to put it into the refrigerator. I'm gonna put the peanut butter in the microwave for 30 seconds. We're gonna do a pretty cool technique. I've traced around the mold, and now I'm gonna put a piece of plastic wrap right on top. Push in on the sides. We're kind of crumbling it up to where it's right in the middle of where I traced. Take your brush with your hot peanut butter, and now we're just gonna paint. Make sure to hold the plastic. You're gonna hold the sides and the parchment paper, and you're gonna pull. So we're gonna let this set for about 2 minutes, and then we're gonna go into our chocolate. So this is gonna be the outline. So we're gonna push the chocolate. We're gonna make a disc, holding on to the parchment, put into the refrigerator. Now it's time to make the gelatin. So we're gonna pour in our powder, and we're gonna pour in our water as well. Sit after we've mixed it. While that is sitting, we need to heat up our milk. We need to get this very, very, very hot. So I'm gonna turn this to medium-high heat. We've broken up the gelatin pieces so it doesn't splash. And once everything's melted, we'll then add it to our chocolate. And we want the milk hot so that it'll actually melt the Reese's pieces. I'm gonna let the mixture sit for 2 minutes, and then after, I will then whisk everything. Finishing up, and all the Reese's won't actually melt all the way, but no worries. So now we need to come over to our heavy cream, and now we're gonna make this into whipped cream. It's finished up making the whipped cream. Add a little bit of our chocolate mixture, a little bit at a time, into the heavy cream. We're just gonna fold it in. So a folding technique is going 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna go right in the center to make sure we're not missing anything. It's gonna be a little bit thin because it has the gelatin in it. I've already pulled the tart out of the refrigerator, and now we're just gonna pour it into it and then spread it out. Back into the refrigerator for 10 minutes. So I'm just now taking the tart out, and then with our individual peanuts, we're just gonna place them in a circle, and I'm gonna go all the way around. And we have ourselves a tart. I'm gonna place it right in the center. Push down just ever so slightly, and we're gonna pull this away. You're gonna take a hair dryer, but we're actually gonna melt the peanut butter and the chocolate. Wow, does that not look amazing? All right, so time to cut a piece, of course. Take a little bit of whipped cream, chopped peanut.